Can we talk a little bit about this thing going on with the Clippers?
Sure.
First of all, explain the basics if they can be explained here.
They can't be explained. A podcast.
I mean, this is it's a very confusing story that I've suspected in the darkest corners of my dark sports soul.
But in this particular case, this company called Aspiration that changed its name to Katona Climate went bankrupt March of 2025, March of this year. And in their bankruptcy listing, it showed that Kawhi Leonard was owed $7 million. And so somebody decided to ask the question, why was he owed $7 million? And so they dug into it, and the company that signed the deal with Kawhi turned out to be a complete scam. And it was really unfortunate, heartbreaking in a lot of ways, because one of the founders, who was the primary, the biggest shareholder, chairman of the board, controlled the board of directors, turned out to be a scam artist. So the podcast believes that the Clippers circumvented the salary cap because they were directing money to this, what they call a no-show deal for Kawhi Leonard. That's the general gist of the story. And so, long story short, I don't think anything happened. I don't think, until you show me that Kawhi got paid all these payments.
Yeah. Because
even, the math doesn't math. If he signed a 4-year deal on April 1st of 2022, who was paying him in 24-25 and 23-24 when the company had no money? And there's no documentation for it at all. Maybe they come up with something, but, and I'll add you one other piece. It doesn't make any sense to me that the money that was put in was only exclusively going to Kawhi, right? And ignoring the Red Sox and ignoring paying payroll and ignoring all this other stuff. It's just, it's a mess. And as it turns out, the guy who was manipulating all this and creating false statements, he and his buddy who made the false statements have already admitted guilt, and they're about to be sentenced to go to jail.